Hello and welcome to another Kev Play. This is Kevin, and we are on episode 57 of The Last of Us Part 2, No Return Mode. Part 2 of No Return Mode, which we're doing blind. Last time I haven't even played since last time, but we failed our run. We got pretty far in. Hey Papa Pig, how's it going? And happy belated birthday. Which I wished you happy birthday on Twitter, but I just want to say it out loud. Dude, you'll never guess what. Well, what's up? Lay it on me. You say thank you. We'll do a standard run. Moderate, and we'll keep it with. We unlocked Dina last time. This time we'll stick with Ellie. Oh, you haven't seen the latest episode. Interesting, because I was going to talk about it. Alright, that's fine. I'll still play. I mean, at least now we can make this episode more about our top 10 Desert Island. But we won't start just yet. Let's just play a little first. I see you got Elden Ring and what was the other game? Was it a Zelda game?
Let's see what we got in here.
You said you can still talk about it if you want. I mean, I do you have HBO? Are you like subscribed or like are you ready to watch it? Because if you plan on watching it, I don't need to talk about it. I can always we can always do like another episode. Oh, Breath of the Wild. Wow. Okay. Now, I wonder if I got anything new from last go around. My bad. Okay, so we're starting over with the upgrades. It looks like. Okay. I mean, because like I said, if you watch it within like this week, I'll do another episode and we can both talk about it. I don't want to feel like I'm spoiling the episode just because. No, you're not. Uh, because honestly, I haven't had much to play anyway, and I'm dying to play this as much as I can. So, the fact that you didn't get to watch it yet, it gives me a reason uh to do another episode sooner. You know what I mean? Because I know you've seen, like, I know you play the game, you know the story, but there are little different things that happen throughout the show that are different. So I would rather you just experience it yourself because like my overall opinion of it was I really liked the first episode. I think it did a good job. There's some things that I think are interesting that they did differently, but like not where it's like a bad thing, but just an interesting changes that I would talk about. But I'll let you watch on your own first, and then we can talk about it. I guess we'll just start the TV station. I will watch it right after the stream. Okay. Yeah, dude. You're gonna like it. I think. I mean, you're gonna enjoy the adaptation of how well it is. I think. Like, it's better than like, and I'm going into this totally turning Twitter off. And even though I turned Twitter off, like the whole like the memes with Bella Ramsey and all that, I don't want like I just want to enjoy the show and experience it for what it is, and not have all that noise, which I find personally, I find like toxic and like knuckle dragging the way people are like going on about it. But I was actually surprised after that first episode aired, it was all positive stuff on my Twitter feed. It's almost like all the loud minority of people who need to like bully the actress or hate on the show or hate on the game, they all seem to go away, and it was just like my algorithm was just flooded with people who actually like uh loved the show, like or like were passionate about The Last of Us, and they just want to see like they're rooting for it. And I honestly I think it was a good episode of television. I even like there's a critic, a TV critic I've always followed. I actually met in real life. I went to a book signing with him. Alan Sepinwall. He used to do like Breaking Bad, The Sopranos, Mad Men. He like reviewing all that stuff, and I read his review afterwards on Rolling Stone, the website, and he gave a pretty good review. Like and he's watching it from a perspective of someone who doesn't play the games at all. Like he's just doing it from like a television critic's perspective, and it's interesting to get that perspective, and that he's like, and that he's digging what the story is doing and everything. From what I'm seeing right now, it sounds good. Yeah, definitely. Okay. I think this time I'm going to try to go about this faster and try to get as many I'm going to not stealth around as much, I feel. Or at least try to, like, get through these quicker than normal. Because I think you get better points if you just, like, go balls to the wall.
Nothing here. Fuck me.
Where are they? I promise this won't happen again. No, you're good. No worries. Oop. Someone sees me. I don't see them though. I'm using my listen mode. I don't. Oh, okay. There's one person. Oh man. Are they gonna charge me? I have to craft my kit and use that. Use it. They definitely know I'm in this spot, right? They're above me, okay. Other than this, like, what have I haven't played much of anything since this episode. Have I played anything? I'm trying to remember. Oh, I played some Chivalry 2 with friends, over the weekend. That was fun. Wait, so there's no time. I'm not being timed, so that's good.
There you are! Oh, man.
Also, I tested the game I want to play next. The game I want to play next, there's a PS4 and a PS5 version. And I was debating doing it on a PS4 because I really prefer the chat in PS4, where you see the chat on the right and it stays there. Like here, I kind of have to have my phone or laptop open in order to see the chat, and I don't think the chat stays. So, at least we could still have a chat. But I was going through it though, and the load times were just so much slower on the PS4 version compared to the PS5. And I'm just like, you know what? I would rather enjoy the quality of life of having faster load times, and probably better resolution too. Alright, where's this guy? The game you're playing, do I know it? Oh yeah, you'll know it. And so, like, because my plan was, like, I would have a game on PS5 and a game on PS4 running. That's how I've had... Like, when I was playing Last of Us Part 2, I had that on PS4, and I had Chivalry 2 on PS5, and it was, like, preset into the broadcast options without me having to, like, constantly, like, rename the episode. I would just have to, like, change the episode number. So it was more convenient that way. But now that I'm playing Last of Us Remastered Part 2... Last of Us Part 2 Remastered on PS5... and I feel like it's appropriate to be playing this while the show is airing. I want to make this my PS5 game for now. So I think in the long run it will be better. Oh my god, no. He's reloading! I'll take that bet.
Okay.
Next wave. I should get some stuff. Oh, definitely take this too, actually. I think I would rather have this than the bat. Some health. Ooh, health kit. Okay, so we never actually got these before. Okay, ammo crates. I like it. Reminds me of Uncharted 4. Okay, these guys are right on us. We only have 2 bullets. Oop. Didn't mean to do that. Oh, wow. Of course, they want to check out the one room that I'm in, of course. Alright, this guy is going that way. Okay. Okay, so they're gonna close in on me. This is not gonna be good. Oh, that was a good shot. So yeah, I had a good birthday. I went for a meal. Had cake and went home. Beautiful. What kind of cake did you have? I love how this guy doesn't know where I am. Okay, we got it. Chocolate cake, nice. Yeah, usually my family will give me like an ice cream cake. But I think I'd prefer strawberry shortcake. I actually like have a craving for those cakes as of recent. Cool. What else? What's been going on? They keep rolling out different new people on the roster for Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3+4. Like the Tony Hawk Pro 3+4 account keeps like introducing this new skater, and a lot of them have never been in the franchise before at all. I'm wondering if they're going to keep, because I know Tony Hawk 1+2. They kept the OG roster, but then they added like a good amount of new current skaters in. I wonder if we're gonna get the OG roster, the current skaters from 1+2, and then even more skaters for 3+4, or are they swapping out the current skaters from 1+2 with different skaters for 3+4? Because I know they'll keep certain ones. But I just wonder if there's like if it's going to be treated like a sports game where it's like, like you think of it like Madden or MLB, like they get the whole league in there. Skateboarding, like the roster is so small, you think they would be able to like just sign as many people as they wanted to. But how much money does that cost? I keep thinking about that. Mods tier 2. But that's like the only thing I've been looking into as of recently.
Right.
I've actually, you know what show I watched, which you'll be, or I'm actually 2 episodes away from being completely caught up. I've been watching The Boys. I'm on season 4 right now. I'm literally at there's 2 more episodes left in the season, and then I'll be ready for season 5. Yeah, The Boys is fun, man. Like that's a fun ass show, and there's a lot more substance and layers and depth to it than I was expecting going in. Like just how it. I just like the kind of like the commentary on like modern society and like everything like with that, and just like the higher elite, like like all these superhero like Vought being like this like there's so much corruption and there's just so much like scandal and terribleness going on behind the scenes. It makes you think of like like Hollywood with like Harvey Weinstein and like um the Epstein list and all that. Like it just makes you it almost feels like it's like a uh I guess like a not a metaphor but like an I can't think of the word, but like it feels like it's like comment. It's kind of like a parallel of that in a way, almost like an allegory of it. I guess is what I'm trying to say. But as a superhero show, it like honestly, I've been having dreams of this show, where like I had like there's just like soups all over the place, and I have to make sure not to piss them off because I'm just like some like you know human non superpower guy like and like if they wanted to just like laser my head off in like a second they could or just do something reckless. The show always has you on edge because of how they get away with murder and that they and, and I just love how the show is just like what if people had superpowers but they're not necessarily heroes, they're just assholes. But not everybody's an asshole, but most of the time it's just like accelerating your human behavior to like a cartoonish level and not being able to wield that power responsibly at all. It's almost like the anti Spider-Man, like where it's what's the quote where it's like like the responsibility quote. Um, it's like there's no responsibility between all. But I also like how there's like a political element to it too, where it's like they're trying to. I don't know. The show is just like insane, but I'm enjoying it a lot. One of the shows I ever binge watched. Oh, one of the first shows you ever binge watched. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like definitely a great pick for Amazon. Like one of Amazon's best, I'd say. I guess we'll put stability, or maybe let's do fire rate this time. With great power comes great responsibility. It was on the tip of my tongue. Responsibility. Now what you gotta watch next is Invincible. I like well see now that I have HBO, I have to take advantage of that. So I'm like wondering what show on HBO Max I'm gonna watch along, you know, kind of in between The Last of Us airing every week. Um, I have to get the best money for my buck or the best bang for my buck. But I still have Amazon, so but at the same time, I want to use the time I have for HBO. Um, I think I should get for now Molotov. And then can I still get? No, I can't. Okay, that's fine. What else do I have? Trap mine, stunbound, rescue, trading post. Okay, so we'll get a trap mine. Let's get another this. Okay, I'm satisfied. Oh, do we have pill power? Improve Molotovs, craft silencers. That would be nice, but you know what? I'll go for the Molotov. And I can still craft silencers. Okay, let's do it. The recipes on. Okay, cool. But Invincible is cool too. Like I've like again like I'm not like the biggest like like I like the superhero genre, but I don't just like chase it. You know, like out of the superhero genre with TV shows, I've watched Watchmen, which was really good on HBO, and The Boys. I think that's pretty much it. I like Fringe is kind of a superhero show in a way. It's sci-fi. Uh, that's a really great show. But oh, you'd say it's as good as The Boys. Is it on Amazon? Shipping Yard or Unknown? A mystery encounter. Let's see what the mystery encounter is. Oh, it's on Amazon. Cool. All right, that's something to think about. Because Amazon's like the one streaming service I always have. Okay, here's Jesse. Let's get as much stuff as we can.
We'll find you.
Follow my lead.
Got them.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Where they at?
Oh, over there.
I like how Jesse can call them out for me. But there's another one you didn't call out, which is even closer. There's no time limit, so that's good. Wow, this person totally missed me. Let's get some ammo. Let's keep the... Actually, no. Yeah, whatever. Let's keep it.
Quiet.
Where are you? This person up here.
What?
Gotcha.
All right.
Alright, now it's just a matter of whoever is left. Which is down there. There we go. Oops.
Damn.
Grab their ammo at least. Oh, I'm on the final boss on Metaphor. Oh, ReFantazio? How's that? I feel like you've been playing that game a while now. Get 3 kills in rapid succession. Oh shit, there... Yeah, this is one of those longer games. Okay, so it's like a Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 for you.
Scour the area. They
That
can't
game
look
took
up
me like 2 months to play. Okay, I guess I'll let you go first. Stop your whistling. Oh. Is that? Oh, so is that's on close succession. All right. I don't know where the rest of them are though. I haven't been grinding to level up, so the boss just beats me every time. This is the final boss, you said? Oh, this next wave. Okay. Do you think you'll be able to beat it though? Like, or is it like, do you just need to grind more? Do you feel, or do you think it's more of a skill issue? They really spawn the enemies like right on top of you. I love how the AI is like trying to convince me like that I'm not gonna make it. Alright. After I beat, I'll move on to my next long game. Do you know what game that is?
What? Quiet.
Alright, I got 2, let's get 3. Oh, did I? Oh, he killed him, though, so I didn't get my third, big kill. Alright, going back to the hideout.
Well, fuck yeah.
Oh, probably Elden Ring, that's right. Yeah. Oh, yeah, because it's gonna be either Breath of the Wild or Elden Ring. I'm so, like, on the... It's like, I don't know, I feel like Elden Ring is just, like, it's just... It's like, I've never played a Dark Souls games, and I know it's one... The people say it's a good one to get into. And I really respect that the game doesn't, like, you know, hold your hand, and there's no, like, map markers or anything. Like, it's, you gotta just discover everything on your own. I like that. But the difficulty kind of scares me a bit. Because I know Returnal has this difficulty that kind of, like, stops you from wanting to keep playing in a way. And I feel like I wouldn't want to get Elden Ring and then to find out that it's like overwhelmingly difficult. And because I know that's like part of the fun of it, is that how you're supposed to, like, you know, muster up, get good, as they say, and push through. But I don't know. But I did hear it is easy if you actually, like, take your time to, like, hone your skills before you just go running out into the wild. Similar to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 in a way. You can't just, like, expect to just go out into the wild without, like, getting better at, like, your skills and everything. So I don't know, maybe it is something that I could handle. I've had a few people telling me this game is great. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like, all my friends definitely sing its praises all the time. Yeah, let me know how it goes. I guess since we're here, let's continue our list for top 10 2010s Desert Island games. I'll recap our list, which we haven't done in a while, but it's been a couple episodes went by. So My number 10 was BioShock Infinite, and my number 9 was Grand Theft Auto 5. Your number 10 was Minecraft, and your number 9 was also Grand Theft Auto 5. And that's where we stopped. Um, I guess I'll get right into my number 8 then. And I have it here. It's uh, Horizon Zero Dawn. Um, this was the this is the game that it was the first completely new IP for the PS4 that I've ever played. Like everything else was kind of existing IP, coming from like the PS2 or PS3 era. But 2017 Horizon Zero Dawn, what I really like about this game, what really got me into like the hook for me in this game, is that it feels so fantastical, like fantasy, but it's actually grounded very cleverly in science fiction. And I really like that about the world, like how like because you just think, oh, robot dinosaurs are just roaming the earth. It's like the post apocalypse. Why is this happening? I love the mystery of the world. Why is it like this? But when you play the game and you start to uncover the secrets of the world and everything, there's actually a very cool scientific reason why this is happening. And how Aloy, the main character, is tied into that is also very interesting because you're playing as a complete outcast. Like Aloy is a complete outcast from these like tribes and all, and you're wondering like what is her story? What's her origin story? Why is she considered this outcast? And the game is very much like learning about her origins and like who she is, and it has like a very like mythical, like legendary like feel to it that I really liked. Like that first game was probably the most I was ever intrigued by Aloy. I think the second game is where I really love that game. I love what they do with the plot, and like what it's doing. But I remember like I know and I kind of I was saying this like when I was like playing it the second game is that there seemed to be like some weird decisions with the character in how they were executing or like portraying the character going forth, where Aloy was just kind of like very like um everyone out of my way, I'm the hero and I don't have time for you kind of like attitude, which is kind of like I understood it, but it kind of like just like rubbed you the wrong way, especially when she was like that with her actual friends and people who supported her from the first game and stuff. It was strange, but with the first game, I feel like they didn't do that at all. Like it made sense that she would be standoffish with people, but she any sense of like friendship or support or love, she would embrace that, and it felt more natural in that game. So I feel like in terms of the character, I think Aloy is a much more enjoyable character in this first game. Uh, the mystery is very intriguing in the first game. The world is beautiful. It's gorgeous, and another thing between both games that's incredibly true is the gameplay loop is absolutely uh, fantastic. It's so much fun. You said, sorry, I don't have the. Would love to give. Would you say it's excellent choice? You said. Oh, you said. Would you say it's Sony's Zelda? Honestly, it felt like that, and I know like the joke of the Horizon games is every time a Horizon when the first Horizon game came out, it had to compete with Legend of Zelda uh, Breath of the Wild. Yeah, because Tears of the Kingdom is the second game, right? Yeah, so Breath of the Wild was the first. They both came out like within the same week of each other, and I think Breath of the Wild just completely absorbed the sales and the kind of all like the fanfare and the attention from Horizon Zero Dawn in that year. Um, but Horizon Zero Dawn went on to sell like 10 million plus copies still. But it was at the same time because then again when Horizon Forbidden West came out, Elden Ring came out. So right now you've got two games that were like the competing games with the Horizon series when they both released within a week of each other. Um, but it was kind of cool to have uh, those games kind of bring a sense of competition where it's like if you're a Sony guy and you have this game and the Nintendo people they're enjoying their game while you're enjoying this like the Horizon game, it was kind of cool to have that kind of like experience of playing it within the zeitgeist in the moment that I really liked. But yeah, it is a big game. I would say it is Sony's Zelda in a way. It's definitely a different story and a different uh, it's more grounded in science fiction than fantasy. Um, but yeah, I would definitely recommend these games. I still think, uh, I still think the Horizon Zero Dawn is one of the best experiences I ever had on the PS4. Which following some other games that I was playing that I really love, and especially during that time, where every year you were getting a really great Sony game. Horizon Zero Dawn really held its own. I remember being like wary of it when it was first announced, and they showed like the trailer of her like taking on like a Thunderjaw, which is like the kind of like the T Rex robot. And she's using all these like traps and stuff to bring it down, like the arrows. And I remember just thinking it was a little silly that she's shooting arrows at metal, like metal parts. But and that's like a little bit of the video gaminess of it, but you 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 buy it as you play, and you see that like her weapons aren't just like mere like bow like a mere bow and arrow. Um they're like fine tuned to go up against that type of I guess target. But I do remember seeing it at first and being very intrigued during that E3 when they showed it for the first time, and being like, "Wow, this is what Guerrilla Games is doing." And first of all, Guerrilla Games is doing this. These are the people that did Killzone. This is their first like stab at an open world, big sprawling open world game, third person. They're coming from the first person shooter from a first person shooter series. You do see a bit of Horizon's or Killzone DNA in Horizon when because I know like when we played Killzone Shadowfall there were a lot of like machines that would walk around and you would have to like disable them, and they were big like almost like animalistic creatures in that game. That almost felt like almost like Guerrilla was like training for what what they were developing for their next series in terms of just like design and all that. I wonder what Gorilla's up to. Well, after Forbidden West, it's very clear that there will be a third game, and there should be a third game. I think, like, very much so. I know Horizon, it became like like between Herman Hulse really championing it, and it kind of becoming oversaturated with like the VR game and the remasters. Horizon is very similar to like The Last of Us, where they just keep like we didn't need a Horizon Zero Dawn remaster for PS5, I don't think. Um, there's the VR game. Yeah, it's a game like the series as a trilogy. It definitely should be a trilogy. As in terms of there being like a TV show being produced or a movie, I think they changed it recently to that it's going to be a movie, not a TV show. Which I think is smarter. But again, Sony just seems to be trying to like do this whole cross media thing, and they've been successful. Twisted Metal was a success. I didn't watch it, but I heard it was like I heard people enjoyed it. The Last of Us is obviously their front runner. Uncharted actually did really well successfully. I don't know if it's like my cup of tea when it comes to me being down with that particular adaptation for Uncharted, but um, there's that. And then Gran Turismo movie did great too. But again, I understand that they are definitely pushing Horizon almost a little forcibly on the Sony audience, but I think without like just beyond that, a third game is definitely would be awesome, and definitely like I'm definitely anticipating it. Um, but yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn, great game. It has Lance Reddick, which is an awesome, Lance Reddick I love from The Wire and Fringe, those two television shows, and um, obviously, rest in peace. Um, but he was a great addition to the Horizon world or whatever. He was in both the first and second game. But yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn is a special game. I really like that game. Great gameplay, great presentation in its graphics, the world, and it's Aloy as a protagonist is at her most intriguing. The mystery behind her, and the mystery of the world, and how well they pull it off. I still think about that story in particular. But yeah, that's one game I would put as my number 8. Yeah, you say may he rest in peace. Yeah, definitely. He was a great actor. You said, isn't there going to be like a movie or a TV show? I think they changed it to a movie now. I think originally they were trying to say it was going to be a TV show, but I think they changed that. I think that's smart. I don't know why they need to make a TV show, but or a movie, but hey, to each their own, I guess. But that's my number 8. And I think I'll pick up the bolt action rifle. Can I get anything else? Stun bomb or trap mine recipe? Guess we'll get the recipe. Okay. And then, do we have what we have here for this or not? So yeah, you can delve into your number 8 if you're ready. I guess I'll get stability. You said number 8, Sonic Generations. Ah, okay. When did Sonic Generations come out? Because I feel like Sonic, ever since the Sonic movie, the first one, the games have taken off in terms of in terms of the series being revitalized. I feel so. I feel like almost every year there's a Sonic game, but correct me if I'm wrong. So okay, so this was 2011, Sonic Generations. So was this like a is it like a spin-off or like a mainline? Is it basically like a mainline Sonic game? Um, and I'm guessing it's not a racer, right? It's the actual like gotta go fast, do the loop-de-loops, collect the rings type game. This game is to celebrate Sonic's 20th anniversary game. Ah, okay, so it's almost like I guess it's almost like well, even though Crash 4 is not the 20th anniversary, right? It's more of like the what was it? Actually, no, that was more of like the 25th anniversary. So this is a main Sonic game. Okay. But that's good. I really like when after like a milestone, like a 20-year milestone, you get a little bit of a reboot with these franchises. I feel like we got that with Spyro, we got that with Tony Hawk, Crash definitely with the Insane trilogy. And so this is basically like that version of that for Sonic, I guess, is that but not instead of like there being a remake or a remaster collection, this is actually a fresh new game. And compared to all the other Sonics, this is your favorite from this decade? Like what would stand out compared to like and how many have there been in the 2010s is what I would ask. Because of the capacity. Okay, let's try. Okay, we're on this I can't do this one yet, right? Okay, I can do gas station. I think gas station last time was like a endless assault, and I had to just survive it. There has been a few Sonic games in the 2010s, but they are nothing compared to Generations. Okay. And when was the last Sonic game before Generations? Like how much? Like what did it like? Was it dormant like Crash was for a while before the Insane Trilogy came out?
Shit.
Okay, they're just gonna keep running at us. Oh no. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. We should definitely get... Catch on fire, catch on fire. Oh, forgot about that. Damn it. The last Sonic game was 2022. Oh, no, but I mean like the last Sonic game before before 2011, before Generations came out. Like how dormant was the series? Oh, these are stalkers. Oh, that's Sonic Colors, and I'll read the rest once I get these guys. Come on. Oh my god. Okay, let's rest up a bit. You said that Sonic Colors ends 2010. Okay, so, but would now how does I guess Sonic Colors just doesn't hold a candle, right? Sonic Generations is probably the big splash. Oh, we definitely knew this. Get this, get this. No, no! Damn it. Oh, there's a stalker right there. Oh my god. Get it! Oh my god! Yes, you play as two Sonics, classic and modern Sonic, going around levels from Sonic's past. Oh, I missed. think there's 2 left. Okay, hold on. I know there's a thing here that I didn't get last time. The stalkers really strategize. Oh my god. Classic Sonic is 2D and modern Sonic is 3D, and it's cool to see. I need to get away from this guy. Take that.
There.
So classic Sonic is 2D. Yeah, classic Sonic are the ones I played, and modern Sonic is 3D, and it's called. Is it 3D or like 2.5D? Or is it 3D in the sense of what was that game that came out recently where it was like very open world Sonic 3D? I remember people complaining about the art style a bit because the art style in the world was very realistic, but it just didn't match like Sonic. I remember that being a criticism. You would say 2.5D, okay. So almost like, like a Crash Bandicoot game when he's going sideways. Complete 6 encounters with mods. Complete 9 encounters with mods. Okay. That's a good pick. That's Sonic Frontier. Oh, Sonic Frontiers, right? Yeah, my friend at work is a very big Sonic guy. Like, I feel like like that Sonic Racer game that came out, or that was released, not released, but announced recently, within this year, I think. That actually looked pretty cool as a racer. But Sonic Generations, that's a good pick. I'm guessing PS3 era, early PS3, right? Or no, not early, late PS3. The soundtrack, of course, is great. It's based on past levels, and that's my 8. Is it the same as? Is it kind of how Crash 4 had like they played the kind of like older soundtracks like in the flashback tape levels, or is it kind of like a remixed version in a way of the older sounding soundtracks? That's another thing I liked about Crash Team Rumble is that they allowed you to collect those soundtracks from the older games, slightly remixed. So it's similar to, I guess, like the Insane trilogy, where it's like they didn't actually. It wasn't like the Spyro Reignited trilogy where they gave you the option to hear the original Stuart Copeland score, but they had like the dynamic version or whatever. And that's, I think, the Crash Insane trilogy kind of just had the dynamic version. But that's so cool. It's so cool to be able to kind of like have a little nostalgic taste of the old sound of Sonic. But yeah, that's my number 8, I guess. Yeah, okay, that's good. What do I want to get? I guess I'll get a machete and a trap mine. I didn't put any trap mines down last time. Let's get another one. What is this? Stun bomb recipe? Do I need that? Yeah, why not? Okay. I don't think I used my pills last time either. What's the story with that? Let's get some healing. Endure. Otherwise, lethal damage will instead leave you low health. Okay, let's get that. Listen mode, movement speed. Faster prone movement. Grabbed enemy movement speed. I guess we'll go with faster prone. Let's go with that, and then check out what we got here. Alright, so I guess I'll go into my number 7. My number 7 is... And we talked about this a little bit last time when we were talking about GTA 5, but now it's... number 7 is Red Dead Redemption 2. I never played Red Dead Redemption 1. I think I played Red Dead Revolver back in the day, but I never owned it. But Red Dead Redemption 2 was like it was like, wow, 2018. So this is a year after Horizon Zero Dawn. I love that it's a prequel, so it was accessible for new players to just come in. Very long game, very awesome game though, but like the game is just so huge. To this day, like I would say, like it's one of the most like packed open world games I've ever played. Like the amount of animals that are in the game, like there's so many different breeds of animals and different like plants and stuff. It was just there's so much to do. It's another one of those Rockstar games like GTA 5 where I never platinumed it, never came close. I probably got like a little over 50% of the trophies. It starts slow. It starts like you're in the snow and you're kind of like trudging through the deep snow, before the open world really opens up. Guess I'll give it a stability. But yeah, once the open world opens up, it's a great balance of like simulation and fun, just arcade, Western shooter. Very reminiscent of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I feel like Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 took a lot. They actually both came out the same year. The first game of Kingdom Come came out in the same year in 2018. But I feel like the second game took a lot of influence from Red Dead 2 in terms of like what you can do, like greeting, having like like there was always a reputation meter, but I feel like they took after the reputation meter from Red Dead 2 more, where you can greet people or scold people if they, or you want to be on the right side of the law in a way, like try to be a good, like you're a criminal, but like you're trying to do right by people, and like I guess like do bounties and stuff. And the game was just so much fun. There was just so much, like the ragdoll of the game was great. Being able to use your lasso and like just completely like knock people off their horses and tie them onto the train tracks and all that. It was such a great game. Arthur Morgan, is it Arthur Morgan? Is the Arthur Miller or Arthur Morgan? I think it's Arthur Morgan is the protagonist, and he's a really great story with him. Definitely very touching ending with him. Again, it's one of those games where there's like a huge post-game surprise that's really cool. The game really takes after a lot of like Western cinema and shows and stuff. Like you'll see a lot of like the good, the bad, and the ugly in it. You'll see like Deadwood from HBO. The way it's shot, it's very like cinematic. The Red Dead Online was a lot of fun. I played a little bit with my friends. It's a little slower than Grand Theft Auto in terms of like it's a little bit more meditative. Like if you're like collecting like craftables in like a house, he'll like open the drawers very slowly and kind of like it's very methodical and almost deliberate in how it is. But the game just like there was just so much to do. Like you can play like all these different types of games like poker and dominoes and all this stuff. Blackjack. I actually learned how to play blackjack from Red Dead 2. And then you can like if you just wanted to make it like a hunting game or like a fishing game. I remember my sister just wanted to go fishing whenever she saw me playing. She loved that like you can use like the right analog stick to kind of reel it in if you like but like the best way to do it was like with your palm almost to like as if you were fishing. It felt very immersive in that sense. But yeah, Red Dead 2, an incredible open world. It's a lot of it was such a great change of pace to play like a game that's similar to a Grand Theft Auto, but it's in a completely different time period and setting. And there's no cars, and it's not fast and you know and zany like that. But there's still Rockstar definitely had like a lot of like random events that would be insane. Like there were so many surreal things that could happen. Like I remember finding like a skeleton of like a giant in the woods and being like, "What the hell?" Or like I would like fast travel or like sleep. Uh, I would like set up a camp and I would get like waking up in the middle of the night by like some like ghost. And it was like there were really random funny things that would happen to you. So there was a sense of humor with the game that I really liked. I guess we'll go with the logging, or let's go to the office actually. Um, but yeah, I mean, hold on, I didn't have the chat open. Uh, you said that's another game I'm looking forward to. Definitely. It's definitely one of the great games of the PS4 generation, without a doubt. And I'm surprised there isn't a PS5 remaster for this game because it really deserves one. Um, I heard it starts. Yeah, you said that, and then it gets better. Yeah, definitely. And then is there a 5-star wanted system? Yes. I remember one of the trophies too is that you need to be like fully wanted in like every region on the map, similar to what I think Grand Theft Auto 5 had a similar trophy. But and with that it's even harder because like at least with Grand Theft Auto 5 you can like jump in a helicopter and just like fly up into the sky and like just like worry about any like air forces that are coming after you. With this it's like it felt very like intimidating that you were like um that there were just like calvaries of like you know cowboys that were just like trying to find you everywhere. um The game had a lot of like great environments too, like for the open world. Like you can be like in the snowy environment, you can be in the complete desert. Then you had like sprawling like rolling hills of grass and everything. Very beautiful environments, very diverse, and the environments definitely catered to. Oh God, what's happening? You would find like. Oh my God! Hold on. I should probably craft this if I can. Oh my God! Am I gonna die? I'm dead. I feel it. Oh, God damn it. I feel like I've always died at this part. But yeah, I don't know what else I can really add, but yeah, Red Dead 2, great story. I unfortunately don't really remember the meat and potatoes of the story. I do remember the theme though, and like the character Dutch that's in the game too, really memorable character. Micah, very memorable. And then of course Arthur as your protagonist. But um, overall, it was definitely a very special game. I don't think I've played a game quite like it ever since. It's very unique. I like going to like the bathhouses and stuff, and it was very immersive and very well researched. Um, I don't have any other cowboy games, and I feel like after Red Dead 2, it's like there's no reason to buy another one because it's just so. It is like the pinnacle like cowboy experience, and Rockstar just knocks it out of the park. Um, Overall, just an awesome game. Yeah, it sucks that I lost this. But I didn't have my. I think one of the mistakes I made too is I didn't craft my stuff before getting into the match. But what did I unlock? Let's see what I unlocked. And by the way, what? I guess I named my number 7. What would you say is your number 7? Before we wrap up, like I'll allow you the time to get into it. So new mods, increased enemy speed. Did I do anything that's worthy of a second run? Anything unlocked? Nothing? Guess not. You said number 7, Crash Bandicoot: The N. Sane Trilogy. Okay, that's a cool cool pick. It's definitely its own game in my opinion, because it definitely is not. It's not the originals. It's definitely it's completely faithful to the originals, but the art style and the way it feels is a little different. Than the original Naughty Dog games, but I still really like it a lot. Obviously, I played it on this channel. There's some little things that I feel like I wish they had more time to tweak, like the motorcycle controls in Crash Warped would have been cool if they made it so that the directional pad worked correctly. Because I always use the directional pad for that, and that was very, like, you had to be very pinpoint accurate with those turns. So for them to kind of like flub that a bit was a little annoying. But you said, what can I say? I really love this trilogy. Of course. I like that they put leaderboards for the time trials, online leaderboards. That was really cool at the time. The Crash N. Sane Trilogy is I started my new job and I had to take a day off when it came out because it was so unreal that Crash Bandicoot was back after being gone so long. And I know, like, you were playing like Mind Over Mutant and Crash of the Titans and stuff. I wasn't playing those games. I was like, literally, like the last games I was playing was Wrath of Cortex and Nitro Kart. So when the N. Sane Trilogy came back, it was like, oh my god. We're coming back to, they're returning the series back to form a bit, and yeah, it was. I remember I was on YouTube when they would reveal every little every new level they would showcase before the game came out, leading up to its launch. I was on YouTube in the comments section being like, oh, they need to change this, they need to change this. I was so nitpicky, but it was out of love because I wanted them to get it right. And for the most part, they did, Vicarious Visions. A lot of artistic liberties were taken. There's some differences. Obviously, you're also not getting like Clancy Brown as Cortex, which, in my opinion, I really always, I mean, I personally just have a fondness for that very dark feeling of Crash Bandicoot 2, the original Crash Bandicoot 2, where, like, he's, like, your transmission, he's, like, the only person that's, like, kind of, like, telling you what's going on, even if he's lying to you. The Lex Lang version is good, but, it didn't have that sense of, like, as a kid, I remember feeling, like, a little, not scared, but, like, a little, like, but you have to remember too, you're competing with a version of myself where back when I was playing the original Crash Bandicoots, I had this like video games were such a magical thing to me. Like I didn't understand like the ins and outs of how video game development happens or game design or anything. Like to me, like Crash Bandicoot was like a living, breathing world. So to compete with that nostalgia with a game where it's like I know what like okay I can see they're trying to adapt it the best they could. It was never going to live up, but those games are still great. In a way, it's probably my preferred. I mean, as much as I prefer the originals, I feel like if I wanted to casually play, I would definitely jump into the N. Sane Trilogy because it's just like it's prettier. It's like the graphics are better, you know. it's a little easier on the eyes, I guess, but at the same time, I really like the art style of the originals too. And then the original with Naughty Dog, they add so much texture and attention to detail, even in those PS1 versions, that's very hard to beat as well. So it's really a preference thing. But I remember I took off work. I picked it up from like Best Buy or Target, and I was playing. Um, you said I love the addition of the bonus levels. Yeah, like Stormy Ascent, being able to play that, which was always like a thing you needed a Game Shark for the original Crash. Which was like the cut level that was like super hard. It was cut because it was considered super hard, and it is super hard. But it's cool to be able to play that level. And then the future tense in Crash Bandicoot 3, which is a completely new level, was really cool for the time too because you are playing like the first original Crash level since like the PS3 era. Um, and it kind of was like a window into the future of like what could they do with a possible Crash 4? What could they, and you could definitely see a lot of that they were having fun with like the challenge aspect that and kind of the more expansiveness of, even though the levels are linear, you can go backwards, forwards, sideways. There was so many like obviously that was always a thing for Crash, but for them to have a level where they have you know the disk space to really explore a really big level. Because I remember like when I did Future Tense on this channel, it took me a good hour to complete to 100% the whole level. Like there was a lot to learn in the level, and there was a lot of areas to explore compared to the original games. And I think that's where Crash 4 got a little ahead of, a little out of carried away, I guess, is that those levels can be pretty big. Like, it could take like 5 minutes per level to compared to like maybe 2 minutes. But you said after beating Mind of Mutant, I was wondering what's next when this game, and then this game came along. Yeah, and when Sean Layden revealed it on E3, that was such a special moment. I play that moment on YouTube sometimes, just to like feel it, to re-feel it, because like it really was insane that, pardon the pun, but he walks out. You have the Crash shadow, which is kind of Skylanders ish, but then the shadow does a spin, and then it's like the original Naughty Dog silhouette of Crash, and it's like, oh, what's happening here? And then he makes a reference to his T-shirt that he had in a prior event, the Crash Bandicoot. He's like, oh, no T-shirt this time, and but then that was an awesome moment. It was just like we're gonna remaster the first 3 Crashes. You said funny thing is I didn't get this game until 2018. Ah, okay. That's I mean, I was like, this is like day one purchase, and I don't even know if I had like because later on I would start to. I don't think I had an Amazon account back then. I would get that later, so I didn't have it delivered. I actually had to like go down to the store to pick it up and hope that it's not like sold out within the first day or so. But thankfully it wasn't. And he said, dude, to this day I still can't believe Crash is back. Like it is crazy. And we're getting a lot more Crash in like the I guess the revitalization of the franchise, more so than say like, I mean, we're still waiting on Spyro. Tony Hawk has been a little, chugging along. We're finally getting 3+4, but at least with Crash, it's like we got the N. Sane Trilogy, which is a dream. We got Nitro Fueled, which is a dream, and then Crash 4, which is like, wow, it's like I wasn't expecting this so soon. And then Crash Team Rumble being like a kind of like experiment of like a multiplayer game. At least we got those so far, and we got the Crash mobile game. So the Insane Trilogy, it's not even just important for Crash, but it really was important for Spyro and Tony Hawk and a lot of the remasters and remakes that we're seeing, like with Medieval or Croc, we're seeing it almost like blew the door open to show that, a 20 plus year nostalgia remake can definitely move units and sell a lot. The Insane trilogy sold more than 10 million, and that's usually like the threshold they try to aim for. Um, I think Spyro kind of was a little slower with sales, but they finally got 10 million at one point, and then Tony Hawk was like 10. It's like they realized that it's profitable, and that it's something that can be successful, and it brought a lot of hope to a lot of fandoms. I feel the Insane trilogy really was like the first of its kind in terms of like here we're going to do this from the ground up, and we're going to be as passionate and faithful as we can to make it right and make it feel right. And for the most part, I would say they accomplished that. Oh, 20 million, yes, but I think it sold to 10 million very quickly. But then then later on it was revealed it was 20 million at this point. And who knows what it is now? But probably not as much because it's been slow. It's been 2017 was when it came out. But you said and the soundtrack is nice. That's my 7. Yeah, the soundtrack is good. I actually think I prefer the Papu Papu boss level soundtrack in the Insane trilogy compared to the first game because there's something about it that's very it has a great beat to it and a really like a really great vibe to it that I really like that in its like remixed version. But most of it is all remixed versions. Um, but but for the most part, it's good. Um, but yeah, great number 7. So to recap, unless you have anything else to say, but I'll definitely recap what we have. Um, my number 10, BioShock Infinite. Number 9, Grand Theft Auto 5. Number 8, Horizon Zero Dawn. Number 7, Red Dead Redemption 2. Your number 10 is Minecraft. Number 9, Grand Theft Auto 5. Number 8, Sonic Generations. And number 7, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. And that's all. That's all she wrote. All right. So next time we'll try to find time to continue that, but I definitely recommend watching the premiere episode of season 2 for The Last of Us Part 2. And if you watch it by tonight, I could do another stream even tomorrow or the next day. Like, we don't have to wait a whole week. Because I definitely would try. I guess I want to try to keep it within the week. We'll try to keep it. We'll try to get an episode out before Sunday. That way we can kind of have a little bit of time to speculate how they might approach the next episode or so, or or maybe they'll do something different, or who knows. There's only 7 episodes, I believe, for the first half for this season, I think. We're not getting the entirety of the second game in the second season. We're gonna get it in the third season as well, but. And you said, dude, right after you end the stream, I'm going to watch it. Okay, so let's end it here. We had another failed attempt at a run, but I feel like I'm getting a better grasp at what I need to do. I definitely need to remember to, I think, craft my stuff before I jump into the next like phase of the run or whatever. I think we can. I hope that we can do it in the hideout in order to just like craft what we need before we enter. But I think we can. Anyway, we'll end it there. Pulpa Pig, it's been a pleasure. Anyone out there who wants to like, comment, or subscribe, it's greatly appreciated. You can subscribe to KevPlays9490 on YouTube and follow me on Twitter at Let's Watch Series. Other than that, stay safe, stay healthy, keep a clear head, and keep on gaming, and I'll catch you all next time. Pulpa Pig, it's been a pleasure. Peace out.